What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the NFC North Roundtable. I am your host, Tony Dow with Roundtable Sports, and these are your usual suspects: One Bar, Dose of Dion, Nick Rhodey, and Basaraki. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in the building, and this is your Week 5 preview show. Before we get started, we want you to know that this stream is being powered by BetUS. Receive a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit using code YouTube150. Again, that is code YouTube150. Take advantage of that sign-up bonus, and on your next two, you'll receive 125%. Remember, supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel, and make sure that you gamble responsibly. If you have a problem with gambling or addicted, there are resources on the site that can help you as well. As you can see, this week's odds are up. We know that the Lions are currently on a bye, but the Minnesota Vikings will be headed overseas to play the New York Jets in a huge game. -2 favorites for the Vikings, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago Bears -4 favorites over the Carolina Panthers. And last but not least, we have the Green Bay Packers -3 favorites over the Los Angeles Rams. Let us know what you think are going to happen in those games. And if you're feeling froggy, leap on to BetUS and take advantage of those odds. Man, oh man. That was freestyling, by the way, with the feeling froggy taking leaps. I feel good about it. Bass was shaking his head like, oh. So I had to bring it up. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited about this preview show because this is the best division in football. This is the best division in football. Did you all know that right now you're 11-5 in the division? 5 in the division. This might be the best division in football. We'll see if you all can continue that this week. We know the Lions are on a bye, so we don't have much to talk about there. But let's start out with the Chicago Bears at home versus the Panthers. We're going to start with you, Bass. What do you see happening in this game and your score prediction?
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Dalton can kind of continue it up. It's like another redheaded quarterback revival. I'm kind of interested for it. He's kind of have a resurgence game, maybe against his old team, the Bears. I don't know. No, on a real note, the rest of the Panthers team's just not good in my opinion. Their run defense is bad. We just saw last week the Bears finally got it on the running game with DeAndre Swift. So I think they're going to continue that. I think both Swift and Johnson are going to have a good game. And then also Carolina, their defense, they're 29th in sacks. They have 5. It's like this is a perfect matchup for the Bears. Like Vikings have 5 a game. Like this is a perfect matchup for the Bears to actually, really start to get comfortable. I thought they did last week, and I think they're going to continue that. But also, Andy Dalton, 5.81 big-time throw percentage. I did not know that until I looked it up. I was like, damn, this dude is slinging it. Caleb Williams, for reference, 2.26%. But I don't think that'll matter. Chicago will win 21-17.
21-17. Interesting. Dion, how do you feel about it?
I don't feel good about it, man. Honestly, if I'm a Chicago fan, I'm not feeling good about this. I mean, hey, Carolina's look pretty darn good. And Bass just laid out a stat. I didn't know either.
It's wild.
He's getting all these guys involved. The receivers don't look too bad. They're like, hey, we're keeping Deontay Johnson. These dudes are doing some work. They got all these run-after-catch guys. But also what Bass said is the reason. Nick, get out the notebook. But no, I'm just playing. Put it away. We're taking the Chicago Bears in this one. Carolina's terrible at everything outside of Andy Dalton pushing the ball down the field. I will say they have a good O-line. So I'm like, I don't know if Sweat and those guys are going to cook. But outside of that, if Chicago can't run the ball, we're concerned. This isn't the worst run defense, but it's not good. Chicago should be able to run the football in this game. But Carolina's been tough. If I'm Chicago, you better score some points. I got them winning, so I have them scoring points. I think you got to put up 27. I'm going to put them 27-23 in this game. You got to put up points. You're going to lose.
Man, oh man, 27-23. One Bar, what's your take on this one?
Andy Dalton, Sam Darnold. I mean, we're all gingers. I got this ginger gene here where I just pull for these guys. I don't think it's going to pan out for Andy Dalton, but here's the thing with the Bears. They come out, they get a win over the Rams, which, I was a little surprised about, to be honest with you. The Bears, here it is, like put up or shut up, see what you got. You should be able to handle the Carolina Panthers. They're absolutely horrible. They are horrible. So I'm very curious to see what this happens. If the Bears lose to the Panthers this Sunday, I'm completely off the Bears bandwagon. I'm done with the Bears. Nick, I'm pulling for you, man, but they cannot lose to Carolina. They win. Like I said on Wednesday, they're 3-2, and that's overachieving in my mind. And 3-2 and potentially getting better. So this is a huge game. Even though it's the Panthers, this is a huge game for the Bears. They have to win this.
Nick, what's going to happen?
I got them 20 to 10. 20 to 10.
20 to 10. My bad. 20 to 10. Nick, what's going to happen, man?
Man, I have not been in this position in a long time as a Bears fan where everyone's rooting for me. So
I didn't say rooting. I just predicted.
No. I mean like in favor of the Bears is. I wouldn't say rooting, Bass. No. You would never root for the Bears. Absolutely not. No. So obviously, I feel good about it too. Panthers have the 29th worst rush defense in the NFL right now. They're giving up 150 yards a game. On top of it, too, they really can't do much. They also have a ton of injuries that happened to them this last week. Obviously, losing Shaq Thompson was huge for the rest of the season. That's their best over the middle and run defender. Jordan Fuller is battling to come back. Adam Thielen is also out. So old Viking over there, one bar. He was Andy Dalton's one of his favorite targets to go to. And then we were talking about the offensive line. They're pretty banged up there too. The guy they brought in, Damian Lewis, from the Seahawks this past offseason, he's expected to be out this upcoming game. And Javon Dexter Sr., 3 sacks in 4 games, almost had 4 sacks against the Colts if Anthony Richardson wasn't as big as Javon Dexter Sr. So I don't know. The Bears obviously have a ton of advantages here. We finally got the run game going. Panthers are banged up. I'm feeling really good about this Bears team, though. If Caleb can continue to progress and do what he did last week, just maybe hit some of those deep passes that he couldn't hit, like we talked about on Wednesday, like 2 more passes, dude would have had over 230 yards passing. So Caleb Williams just needs to progress. Shane Waldron, our offensive coordinator, needs to continue to just do what he did last week against the Rams, pound the rock with DeAndre Swift, give the ball to Rashawn Johnson in certain situations. Offensive line needs to continue to block. Doesn't sound like we'll have Tevin Jenkins this upcoming weekend. And the defense just needs to keep doing what they're doing. There's no excuse for them to have a bad game. Andy Dalton, he's brought Carolina 1 win, I believe. Better than Bryce Young for sure, but the rest of the team is just too bad. I'm excited about this upcoming Chicago Bears game. I got them winning 28-13 Bears at home and keeping the winning streak going to 8, longest active streak in the NFL.
28-13, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, I can't wait to see the outcome of that. Listen, you guys win. Hey, you might start to control your own destiny, Nick. All right, well, let's move on to the next game of the week. We got the Green Bay Packers going on the road versus the LA Rams. Man, Dion, how do you see this one playing out?
I'm not sure. I don't trust the Rams at all, man. Every time I take the Rams, they lose, and then the flip side, I don't know what the heck I'm going to get out of the Rams. That's why this one is so difficult, because I felt the Packers got it going in the second half last week, but I also feel like if the Packers front four doesn't dominate in this matchup, they absolutely should. To me, that's the swing in this one. The front four dominates. Stafford's under pressure because that's what it looked. It didn't look like he could actually just drop back and throw the ball against Chicago. They do that in this game, they'll be fine. I think they'll run away with it. But I don't know if I trust them after last week, to the point where I took the LA Rams in this game. I don't know what I'm doing here with the Rams. I don't know what I'm doing here, Bass. I'm going to be honest. I definitely could be off on this one. But I just feel like because the Rams are so up and down, I know they can put up points as long as Stafford can be a little bit comfortable. And I think they could be a little bit comfortable in this game against the Packers. So I'm going to take the LA Rams to win this one. I'm not sure how they're going to win this one. They're going to have to score some points, I'm sure. Maybe Jordan Love gives them a takeaway. I'll go 27-24. The Rams sneak it out.
Man, no love, Bass.
I like that. He said every time he's taken them, they lost, so I'm cool with it.
It's been awful.
One bar is on you.
Yeah, Dion, you nailed it. It's like nobody knows what to expect from this Rams team. They are so up and down. That said, like the Packers are a better team. They should win. I'm gonna pick them to win. Like Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs, they should be able to eat here. And I'm putting this. This is a big game for the Packers, just like I said with the Bears. Even though they're playing the Panthers, Packers need to win this game. They need to come out and be like, you know what, the Rams just lost to the Bears. We're not going to lose to them. So I'm very curious. I'm looking forward to watching this one. I think it's a late one. I think it's the 3 o'clock. So I'm looking forward to this one. Jordan Love needs to get his first dub of the year. We'll see what happens. Deep down, obviously, I'll be rooting for the Rams. I want the Packers to lose. But I got the Packers 23-17. I think Jordan Love is going to eat. Like I said, Josh Jacobs should get his. They need to pound the ball. But Rams, they're a complete mystery to me. I don't know what to expect week to week.
Score again?
I got the Packers 23-17.
23-17. Nick, take it away.
Man, coming off beating the Rams, obviously they were on the road and now they're going to be in LA. So I don't know. Sean McVay doesn't like to lose ball games. Matthew Stafford doesn't like to lose ball games. I think it's going to be tough for Green Bay in this one. With that said, though, they're also coming off a game that they fought back hard, that they wanted to win. Jordan Love probably got some rust off of him. Things are probably, and Matt LaFleur is going to come out and be like, we're not losing this game in LA. So I think the Rams are going to lose this one. Green Bay is going to play better than they did last week, or at least what they did in the second half. I think Jordan Love's going to be able to tear apart that Rams secondary. I mean, Caleb Williams did a pretty good job against it. He's a rookie. Jordan Love's, a couple years into his career, and he's got the big contract. So he should be able to go out and tear apart this Rams team. I got the Packers winning this one. And by the way, Baz, I don't think your kicker is going to do anything. If that helps out reverse psychology there. So, but 44 still looks icy. Got to say that. But I got the Rams
icy because he's cold because he can't kick. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Drop that bar right there. Record that one. I got the Packers winning this one 21-17. I think it'll be close, but Packers are going to win this one.
All right, Baz, take it away.
Yeah, you guys said it best. Coming off a good second half where seemingly they knocked the rust off. And another important thing is today was the first day Jordan Love took all first team reps in practice since the injury. So last week it was still kind of like, okay, we could have Malik Willis at quarterback. So I think that's going to help him as well. I think it comes down to stopping Kyron Williams. Like obviously the Rams are without Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and I think you got to stop Kyron. I think the Packers have had some trouble with some running backs here and there, but you got to go up early, and that's been the Packers' recipe for success is going up early. And obviously the disaster last week going down very, very early and going down big, and they had to abandon the run game that was actually working against a good Minnesota run defense. So I think if they can continue that, maybe go up early by 7 points, continue to run the ball with Josh Jacobs, protect Jordan Love, which I think should be okay. And on the flip side, get pressure. I mean, Dion, you said it last Wednesday when we were talking about the previous game. You said it in this. They got to get pressure. Even with just their 4, they have not been doing so. The Titans game has been an anomaly to this point. 8 sacks in that game, and then the rest, it's like, what are they doing? They didn't pressure well last week. Even if it was just the 4, they need to get pressure on Matthew Stafford, who the Rams allowed the 9th most sacks in the NFL with 13, so I think they're going to be able to. I think it's also very important that one of these cornerbacks comes back. Whatever it's Jair or Carrington Valentine. I think that's going to be big regardless of who the Rams at wide receiver. I just do not want Corey Valentine on that defense. That being said, I feel comfortable with the Green Bay Packers getting a bounce back win here. I think, like I said, they're going to ride into this game kind of with that energy that they had to finish the game, even though they lost against the Vikings. But I think there's still a lot of energy there, and they're doing a lot of things a lot better. And Jordan Love started to knock that rust off, and he didn't get re-injured. So I have the Packers winning 31-21 against the Rams here. You're muted, TD.
31-21. Man, that's going to be a good game. I can't wait to see that one because the Rams are like this big unknown team. You never know what you're going to get. Game of the week, overseas, Sunday morning. Who's going to adjust to it best? Minnesota Vikings, considered to be at home versus the New York Jets. Dion, it's on you. What do you take out of it?
Yeah, I mean, first off, love the Sunday morning games. Glad this is his thing, and it's division game, so I'm going to be locked in. Second thing is, just, for everybody watching last week, yes, I did take Minnesota to lose, but I had a dream that night, and I'm not making this up, legitimately had a dream. And it happened. I changed my pick the next day that Minnesota was going to win. I may have a dream on this one, and let's be fair. You could call me a hater for that last pick taking the Rams and not really having a great reason to do so. I'm definitely a hater for this. I'm taking the Jets to win this game. I don't really have a great reason outside of this. Before half, Aaron Rodgers was doing a little bit of work. He was running around. He had a little RPO game going. Look, man, I don't know if they're going to be able to do this, but I'm just like, you should probably run the RPO like all game long against Minnesota because the blitz is going to be a disaster for this team. Their offense looked horrible. We know they have a good defense. So, like, part of me is like, okay, I just maybe they could make this thing a little bit ugly for the Minnesota Vikings passing game. Maybe they get an early turnover in this game, and Aaron Rodgers just goes crazy. I'm a hater. I'm taking the Jets in this one, 17-14.
You're muted. Muted.
Baz, do you share those sentiments?
I'm gonna do it just because I got to ride for Aaron. But I'll say this: the last time the Packers and Aaron Rodgers played in London, against, I think it was the Giants a few years ago. I mean, he didn't like that. Like, you could tell the offense was slow. They were sluggish. Aaron Rodgers, like he went on. I'm pretty sure he went on record. He was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that again. Like that sucked. Like Aaron. Like he'll just say it outright. Say it. Like, yeah, I don't want to do that again." So I think they could be a little sluggish. The Jets are shaky right now. They haven't really got it fully going. You saw some flashes during New England. You're like, okay, there's Aaron. There he is. The Jets defense, 5th in sacks. I think they can get after Darnold. They have 14, but also on the flip side, the Vikings are 1st in sacks. They have 17. But the Jets got to protect the football, and I think this is what it's going to come down to. And who better than Aaron Rodgers, who has a 0% turnover-worthy play throws this year? 0%. Minnesota's tied for 1st in interception with the Green Bay Packers. They have 8 as well. So I think it's going to come down to, the Vikings gave up a lot of yards last week, but they got 3 turnovers or 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions and a fumble. If they get turnovers against the Jets, they're going to win this one easily. But if Rodgers can protect the football and he doesn't throw an interception, they don't fumble the football, I got the Jets. And I know Aaron Rodgers, and I feel like this guy just doesn't turn over the ball. So I got Jets 24-20.
Wow, Nick, what do you got on this?
So Aaron Rodgers doesn't like playing overseas. Aaron Rodgers doesn't like his head coach. Aaron Rodgers doesn't like his number 1 wide receiver. Harrison Smith knows Aaron Rodgers. Brian Flores is a good defensive coordinator and is going to send the house every time against Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I got the Vikings winning this one, TD. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think they absolutely got this. They're going to go 5-0, best division in football. I got the Vikings shocking the world internationally and over here in the greatest country in the world. 35-10.
Ooh, that's a good game. I like that.
That would be a massive statement. Well, one bar, it's on you. One thing I'll say is, if one quarterback can read the field, it should be Aaron Rodgers. So how do you feel about this one?
You know what? Vikings are pretty good overseas. We're 3-0. We're 3-0. We like those early games. We like getting after it. And you know what? Aaron Rodgers hobbled. We should be able to get him. I believe the Broncos got to him like 4 or 5 times last week. So he's easy to get after. So I expect the Vikings defense to get after him and get after him early. Like if we have less than 4 sacks this game, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. One thing I'll say is like Vikings 4-0. Everybody's high on the Vikings. This screams trap game to me. Like I've seen it before. Like we should beat the Jets. We're favored by 2 or 3. To me, we should be favored by more. Aaron Rodgers being pissed off. I don't like that. Like clearly he is not happy right now. And, Vikings fans have seen enough of Aaron Rodgers. When he's not happy, he comes out and he deals. So I do not like that either. But, Breece Hall hasn't been doing his thing. The Jets just haven't looked great. Their offense doesn't scare anybody. Their defense, obviously, they got some players over there. Sauce on Jefferson. That's going to be a game. They got a very good secondary guys on the defensive line. So I'm not going into this game like, the Jets suck. The Vikings should wipe the floor with them. I'm actually a little bit concerned about this one, but I do believe the Vikings are a better team. What better? Sam Darnold going against his old team. I wish it was in New York. Sam Darnold going against his old team. Kevin O'Connell going against his old team. Everything just points to the fact that the Vikings should come out here and beat their ass. And I think they will. I think Aaron Jones will be able to run against some people who are getting yards on the teams are getting yards on the ground against these guys. Aaron Jones, give it to him hot and heavy. Let's go. But I do have it close. I got 20-17. Vikings win. Vikings go 4-0 overseas and go, or 5-0, I should say, 5-0 heading into the bye. And all things make us very, very happy. But I wish I was more comfortable about this one. Something about it just feels weird.
It's a number 8 across the side. That's what feels weird.
I'm not settled well, but the fact that Dion picked the Jets, I don't know if you picked the Vikings. I don't know if you picked them many.
He's gonna have a dream. Don't worry. He's gonna have a dream. He'll come back next week. But yeah, I picked the Vikings. Not a dream.
The moon's out. The moon's out tonight.
We should win. We should win. We should take care of business. But we'll see. 2017 Vikings.
20-17. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your NFC North Roundtable Week 5 predictions. Man, we'll be right back on Wednesday to discuss what actually happens in these games. We'll see. Will the Vikings still be at the top of the mountain? Will it be the Lions? Will Chicago be above 500? Will the Green Bay Packers take over Chicago's third place? I don't know. Make sure you come back. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this stream was powered by BetUS. Don't forget about that 150% sign-up bonus. Take advantage of it right here with Roundtable Sports and the NFC North Roundtable. We love you all. Appreciate you all. Until next time, see you soon. Peace. We are out.